Hello, and welcome to Voice Finder. My name is Renee Belinda Cooper. I'm here to help raise awareness of a very ugly problem that we really don't like to admit that we have: childhood sexual assault. I am a recovering survivor of teen rape. I'm here to open up the truth and the understanding to help us look at this problem and solve it. There is so much that's going on that really isn't known psychologically from parents to kids. Myself, I grew up in Santa Rosa. I was born and raised here. My family is a middle-income professional family. I have no abusers in my family. We weren't even really allowed to cuss. Sexually, we were extremely conservative. My problem was not within my family. My problem was within who my family brought around. I had a major problem with my brother's best friend. This can happen in almost any home, anywhere across America. You don't need to have abusers living in your home or part of your family for somebody to get after your children. I'm doing this program because I want to help raise awareness of really what it does, and to let parents know you need to expect sexual predators to be after your children. Expect them. They are. And here's what you do. If you expect sexual predators to be after your children, you put in the block. You help your children out. Don't expect that your child will tell you if somebody breaks their barrier in that way. There is so much shame that goes on when it is an assault in that direction. We almost never can find the initial words to bring out exactly that sentence that describes what happened. And the way that repressed memories work, we don't even have that much time to do it. I did not realize that children almost always repress the memories of a sexual assault. And the reason that we do is because it is too traumatic for us to deal with. So what happens is frequently our memories get repressed so fast before we can say anything, or we can figure out how to say anything, but we have all of these tells. We have all of these tells that parents and families need to be paying attention when we scream them out. Even if we don't have the words to tell you, we are telling you in our actions. The biggest reaction you're usually going to find is an extreme change of character, anger, physical isolation, frustration. These are very, very common flips of personality. For example, with me, before this happened to me, I was outdoors. I was an extrovert. I loved being out and about with my horse. Sage and I, we could go anywhere. We could go from field to field. The neighbors knew us. It was wonderful. But after the neighbor started assaulting me, outside was no longer safe. So within a matter of a week, I was a person that was free and comfortable and outside, to where I was shut up in my room and angry all the time. That there were very, very physical tells when something is wrong with your child. So please don't just go, well, you know what, I can accept her being in her room. No, wonder why your child changed, why their personality switched inside out, and then go and talk with them. Keep connected to your child. If you keep connected with your child, you can sense when something is wrong. But don't expect that they will come right out and tell you, because I've been not only in the situation myself, but talked to so many other survivors, and we look for a sentence that doesn't exist, something that can explain something that is unexplainable. So parents, I'm going to put out my best information to try to find the voice that I could not find as a child. I want to open up this truth. I want you to try to understand what it is that goes through us and the long-term effects it leaves in us. Even when we suppress our memories, what it does really is creates a leaking time bomb. It puts back in all of these strange combinations that help to keep us safe. For me, for example, I expected a rapist to be waiting outside my door all of the time, and I always acted accordingly. Given that, I expected that, so I never went outside without a protection dog at my side or a member of my family that would protect me if I was physically harmed in their presence. The problem is I couldn't even go out with very many of my family because they may have left me alone with somebody that was an abuser. I'm sorry to say that, most people truly will not harm your children, but a few will, and the few that do an enormous amount of harm. So please, understand, parents, that people you allow around your children, you allow them access to your children. And sexual assault is more often an assault that is never brought up. The shame that is involved gets put so much onto us as the victim, because honestly, we think we did something that created that behavior. We didn't do anything. You know what I did? I was made available by my family in a time when I was beginning puberty. And for me, those two confusions really tied together. My own energy didn't do like many children's do when they become assaulted and go out of control. It totally shut down. It shut down because it felt like it was the draw to the rapist. So we are always going to have a dramatic reaction to it, but it may not be what it is that you're thinking it is. So I am creating this program, and I'm going to make about, 5, maybe even 10 programs to try to open up different subject matters and talk about this so that you can understand the twists that happen behind it. Because what a non-abused person thinks, or a parent thinks, is not the same as what you think after it happens. And you also have to remember that right after it happens, we are in shock. So the shock is part of what the huge tell is that you can sense in us. There's usually a very physical change in that we don't physically want somebody to touch us. So if you're used to your child hugging and touching you, and all of a sudden, they're cringing away, or they're surprised in a not a good way, something is going on in there. So I'm going to open this program up in order to not only say the things that I needed to say and I needed to show as